Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the Kimi Nozomu Eien playthrough. Today we are going to be looking into more of Haruka's route, and we're just going to be seeing after the increased burden that Mitsuki has placed on us, because obviously we've got her into a horrible situation where she is going to do anything for us no matter what it takes. She is going to quite literally put her entire life aside for us, and because of the fact that she is so insecure and we have caused that, it's fucking wrong, and obviously we're really quite troubled by it, which is, if I'm going to be honest, I mean, it's not good that it's happened, but it's a good thing that, unlike in the, well, let's just say Mitsuki bad ending, we are taking a humane approach to this, and not an approach that is so bad that half the content is cut out in the all ages edition. Yeah, let's just say that. Anyway, yeah, let's get into this. Before we get into this, let's get into this, and then he just says, before we get into this. Bit contradictory, no? But yeah, I just want to get a bit of context. Oh my god, yeah, Takayuki getting annoyed at people in the workplace, which I don't blame him. Watch your mouth, god damn it. Got it up. Jesus Christ. Daikuji control her anger challenge. Literally impossible. Well, that's because Takayuki's more hostile to her. That's why she's angrier than usual. Oh my god, I hate that catchphrase so much. It's just so... I mean, it kind of sounds like Daikuji's character, to be honest. It's just so fucking off-putting. Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's just because of the fact that everything she is working hard for, it's just wrong. It's just something that you can't encourage. I do see that, yeah. 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 Well, she's very strong. And I mean, I'm sorry, but when we looked at that swimming that she did beforehand, I mean, you've got to motivate yourself so much to be able to do something as difficult as that, because let's just emphasize that real quick. Difficulty. I mean, seriously, she was amazing. What I'm trying to say is Hayase is a person who can push herself very far. She's done it before, she can do it again, and that's what she is doing here, if you ask me. No way. No, she will. No, she actually believes this, yeah. Yeah, I like that, yeah, and it's just sick to make it feel as if that's the case.
Takayuki-kun.
Oh yeah, totally reasonable. It's just the definition of naivety, yeah. Oh my god, wow. God, I hope it's gone well.
もう大変。自分の足なのに全然言うこと聞いてくれないんだもん。なんかね、びっくりしちゃった。
At least everything's being fixed now, but at the same time, my god, that must be so difficult to live with. And if I'm going to be honest, she's really lucky that she is getting adequate treatment for this.
So れより今日何の日か知ってる?
27th. Jesus fucking Christ. To think that these... funny that he totally forgot about this. Oh my god. I completely forgot about that detail. Jesus Christ. Which choice do we pick? Oh god, because it could be any of them. What? Why did my tabs close? Most internet nerdy worry ever. Anyway. Oh, I can choose any. Okay. Oh. Let's choose them both, why not? Which one would be more fun? I think this one. Yeah.
今日でね、3年経ったの。
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
やだ。Takayukiくん元気出して。
That must be so horrible having a birthday on the same day that I suppose there's the anniversary of Haruka's tragic accident. It's morbid.
それでね、Takayukiくんに聞きたいことがあるの。今日は何の日って聞かれて、Takayukiくん何を想像してたの?
Oh, that's interesting. Oh, she's really testing him.
なんでもない。Takayukiくんの顔疲れてるみたいだから。Takayukiくん、Mitsukiと別れるってこの間言ってくれたけど、あの時はすごく嬉しかったけど。そんなこと簡単にできるわけないよね、やっぱり。ねえ、Takayukiくん、そのことMitsukiに言ったの？別に責めてるわけじゃないの。悩むのは当然だと思っただけだから。Takayukiくんに余計な負担をかけてるんじゃないかって。Takayukiくん。
Yeah, oh my god, yeah, totally. This is the worst thing about his life. It's just so dependent on the feelings of other people. Oh, I know what they're going to do. They're going to do the love spell that she saw in the picture book. Isn't that interesting though? Was it me or Mitsuki? He dodges the question no matter what happens, but still. Yeah, and I do find it really interesting just how aware Haruka is. Haruka has put Takayuki through such an unbelievable amount of difficulties, but at the same time, I mean, he's only doing it because he loves her, so it's only natural that there's so many difficulties that would be created. It's not her fault whatsoever. It's just interesting that she has so little idea of what Takayuki has gone through because of her. Yeah, I like that though, yeah. He's properly desperate, yeah. Oh yeah, totally. Just feel how thin it must be. Yeah. Oh, he's totally proving that he loves Haruka. Oh. She would never forget something like this. I think it's so sweet. It just feels like these are the words that have really resounded within her throughout her entire life. Yeah. My God, so that's what they are remembering. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a good point, yeah. I mean, coincidence, but still. Bullshit. I'll just be frank. But at the same time, I mean, okay, obviously a spell means nothing, but because magic does not exist in real life, I'm not going into an Umineko related debate over this. It just doesn't exist in this story. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is that sure, the spell doesn't do anything, but at the same time the feelings associated with the spell and the feelings that are required for both of these people to say the spell and remember it, they are what caused them to be together no matter what happened. Especially Takayuki, he's gone through so much in order to get to Haruka. He's completely destroyed somebody on the way. Let's just mention that.
Takayuki-kun.
Oh, they're being properly dreamy. That's hilarious. God. Oh my God, that's awkward. Yeah, these visits are really quite short, which, if I'm going to be honest, I find very surprising. No, I am genuinely surprised. I mean, he comes all this way to see Haruka, obviously to get an update on how she's doing, but you would have thought they'd talk for just a little bit more time. But at the same time, I suppose he's so used to seeing her now that there's not really that much. Well, it's not really the case that he can be there for a really long time, unlike he was at the beginning, because he knows what's going on, he knows everything, and there's nothing to worry about as well, so I suppose that makes sense. But I'm just genuinely surprised. I mean, they proclaim their love to each other, and then he just goes. Yeah, but I suppose obviously she's really overcome with emotion, and it must be so difficult for her because she's missed the past 3 years, so I suppose Takayuki just wants to let her be on her own. Fair enough. Hmm.
待ってください。お話あります。
Wow, my god. This beach looks so surreal. Oh, that's interesting. Out of all the places we could go, we're going to the beach.
姉さんを連れ出してここに来たんですよね。
I wonder what she's going to think about this. It could go both ways.
じゃあここで答えてください。
This is not going to be good.
美月先輩とは
And that's the funny thing. The answer's no. Yeah, that is actually a good point. Why would she do that? That's properly weird. That is a really good point. Why is she calling her Mitsuki?
私成美さんの言葉を信用して自分なりに頑張りました。頭の中で何回も何回も言い直して美月先輩って。正直涙出るほど恥ずかしかった。
It's just unbelievable how much more awkward it is now. Especially considering the fact that beforehand something like this would never have been a problem. That's how you know people were properly falling out.
まだ別れていませんよね。
How the fuck does she know?
本当にもう少しなんですか？
Yeah, that is actually a good question.
私見ました。美月先輩が成美さんの部屋に向かってる。すごく嬉しそうに。うん、とても普通に見えま
She
し
is
た。
not normal.
あれ、別れる直前の人の態度なんですか？
That's totally... Well, yeah, it could be the attitude of her, but it's not exactly the attitude of Takayuki. That's a bit ridiculous. People can break up on whims. You can't really deny that.
私が子供だからなんですか？わからないだけですか？
God, he's not saying anything. He really needs to say something.
私は男の人と付き合ったことなんかありません。だからもちろん別れるなんてこと知りません。けどどうしても納得できないんです。おかしいとしか思えないんです。
That is fair. Yeah, why are you dating my sister and yet... wanting to proclaim love to the sister and yet at the same time it looks like with Mitsuki, she is very happy. Takayuki really needs to clear his name here.
成美さん、教えてください。なんでこんなことになってるんですか？
If I'm gonna be honest, I feel like in a situation like this, you should tell her everything. Seriously.
私が子供ならそうなんだってはっきり言ってください。
It's not because she's a kid, she's got a mature enough outlook at the world. It's ridiculous to say she's a kid. So, as a... Ah, yes. This person is a kid, so she can't tell obvious relationship things. Ridiculous. And she's a kid. Dude, she's... Hang on a second. How old is she at the moment? Because she was going into Hakuryo in 1998, and now it's 1991. So she's in her third year. So she's in exactly the same year as Haruka was. I swear. No, she's basically my age then, like 17 to 18. I'm 18 and... Oh my god, I'm 18 in 21 days. That's actually quite nice.
私だって人を憎んでばかりなの。耐えられない。成美さん、そんな私を安心させてくれたばかりなのに、もうわからない。
Yeah.
勝手にやってるってことですか。美月先輩が成美さんの言葉を無視してるってことですか。
I mean, yes and no. Dude, what the fuck do I mean yes and no? You remember those times where she was trying to change the subject just so that anything but what Takayuki was going to talk about was said? I mean, she's so desperate not to hear bad truths that she will change the subject entirely. Yeah.
美月先輩が勝手にやってることなんですか。そうなんですね。
Oh my god. Oh, I mean, I understand what Takayuki's saying, but she doesn't! Dude, fucking say that. Yeah, she's really acting on instinct, and that's the worst thing. She's emotional, of course she would, but this is now the biggest threat to everything in Takayuki's future. Yeah. Yeah. Is she going to... Yeah, I know. I mean, it's not entirely unreasonable. What the fuck is gonna go on? Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, it is an emergency. Oh, that's actually really surprising. So she's going to hear it from Hayase. Oh my god, she's going to get the worst misunderstanding. Is Akane really going to give Hayase a piece of her mind? I really do wonder what's going to happen here. This is going to be interesting. Maybe Akane is going to be able to say what Takayuki could never say. This is really surprising though.
頭の中で何回も言い直して美月先輩って正直涙出るほど恥ずかしかった。
Yeah, yeah. Isn't it interesting? It's not because she's a kid though. No way, no. She doesn't want to hate... I mean, obviously she will hate Mitsuki, but at the same time she doesn't want to hate Takayuki. She wants to maintain good relations with him. Yeah. I think Akane actually trusts Takayuki to the point where thinks that he wouldn't betray Haruka for Mitsuki. Worst wording you could have possibly used here, can I just mention? So I think it's interesting. I think she's just realised that she's not going to get a word out of Takayuki, so she just needs to run and get to the station as fast as possible to see Mitsuki. If I'm going to be honest, the situation, I feel like Takayuki performs really badly in stressful situations. He needs time to explain himself, seriously. He really does. It's going to be interesting. We're going to get into the argument part way through, rather than seeing the beginning to end of it.
そんなことは言ってないでしょ。私は高之の重荷にはならないって言ってるのよ。
Oh god, I really do wonder what's going to happen.
先輩の存在がそうなんです。何と言えばわかるんですか？
You could say the same thing about Haruka's presence, if I'm going to be honest. Mitsuki's presence did not have to be this way. Takayuki is not fully in the right at all.
何度言われてもわからない。だって私は高之を縛ってないもの。はるかに会うことだって構わないのよ。
But does he mind?
だけど私が望むことはたった一つだけ。高之が私を見てくれればそれでいいの。他の誰を見ていても私も見てくれれば。
Total desperation.
おかしいです。
Yeah, totally. How many people could Takayuki love, and yet Mitsuki could justify? It is.
何が?
I mean, surely if you love multiple people, your feelings for one person are completely... Well, it's just impossible. Loving multiple people and wanting to live lives with them is going to put an unimaginable burden on yourself if you do it. And it is quite selfish for Mitsuki to think that Takayuki can maintain both relationships.
だってじゃあ成美さんが姉さんを選んでも構わないってことですよね。そうね。私も見てくれるなら。
Yeah. It really is unusual, and if I'm going to be honest, I think it's just desperation. Nobody would ever normally allow this in a relationship.
ありえない。どうして？姉さんを選んだ成美さんが先輩を見るなんてこと、そんなはずないです。
How would he be able to? I mean, you can't have two people you love. Well, to be fair, you can, but how much of a burden is it going to place on you and balancing all of that with your life? I find it interesting that Mitsuki's very, very calm in this situation, and Akane's the one that is totally freaking out. But that's because of the fact that Mitsuki totally believes in what she's doing, and she's justified all of it.
そう？私だけを見てなんてことは言ってない。
Yeah,
私も見てほしいって言ってるだけよ。
Doesn't necessarily mean she has to live with him. They could just be friends, if that logic applies, surely. but at the same time she insists on falling in love with Takayuki and being close to him and being within his company. It's more than that. Fuck off. Yeah, fair enough.
茜、本気で人を好きになったことある？
Yeah, so she wouldn't understand the feelings of desperation that Mitsuki is having just because of the fact that she's never fallen in love with herself, with anybody herself.
それがないなら、これ以上話を続けることに意味はないし、あるのなら考え方が違うのよ。それだけ。
To be fair, that is actually quite reasonable. Because she can't understand why Hayase would do this if she hasn't. But at the same time, if she has, then they have different views of love. And to be fair, people do interpret love in different ways, sure. But at the same time, how are you going to be able to live with yourself? I mean, on Hayase's level as well. How is she going to be able to live with herself if even though Takayuki has a place for her, it's always so inferior to Haruka? Yeah. It is funny running away from the situation of Takayuki loving Haruka is not breaking up with him.
あんたに許してもらおうなんて最初から思ってないよ。
God.
それじゃ。
What an ugly
成美
situation.
さんがかわいそうだとは思わないんですか？何がかわいそうなのよ。今のあなたです。
Oh, that's gonna make it.
こんな風になってしまったあなたと接していかなきゃいけない成美さんの気持ち。
It is an obsession. Yeah. Yeah, you can't understand love because you've never experienced it. You can't see it. And then she just casually says something that even Mitsuki has never thought of. Sometimes the perspective that hasn't had experience in love and hasn't actually had experience in understanding Hayase's feelings is the best one. Because you can see the logic. Yeah.
今のあなたには絶対理解できない。今のあなたは存在自体狂ってるわ。
Yeah. Well, this is going to be a bit awkward.
高雪。変なとこ見られちゃった。
And you just totally
早く
can't
部屋に入ろう。
listen.
突っ立ってると暑いだけだよ。
To be honest, I mean, Hayase is very lucky that Takayuki wasn't roped into the argument as well, but still, isn't it interesting that she just totally forgets everything that happens? Because this is a clear flaw, it's selfish, she just wants to take up the entirety of Takayuki's time, just so that she can always be, and she's very, very evasive as well. And yet, she will still do it. Yeah, it's dodgy. Yeah. But her problems are just a reflection of your own problems. Well, that's not actually true. A reflection of what he has caused, so yeah, you can't exactly act like that, thinking what the hell is wrong with you, because you were the one who caused it.
先にシャワー浴びちゃうね。すぐ出てくるから。
Interesting. just the amount she tries to dodge the situations is unreal. She's properly skilled at this. Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah. He can't continue with this. It's not fair on him to want to love somebody and then having somebody you previously loved just totally, it's totally being in your face. This is not love. Weasel out of it. Yeah, reasonable. Jesus. Yeah, that must be properly disturbing for him. The thing is, though, you can just tell how much she is hurting. You can really, really tell how much she is. And yet, at the same time... And the worst thing about all of this pain is he is going to be the person who causes more of it to happen. Just simply because of the fact that he is going to be the one who tells Mitsuki that he wants to break up with her. Jesus. She is properly upset. I don't blame her. I do find it really interesting that she was very composed within the art. She has a theme of doing that, being really composed when she's in pressurized environments and then just totally crying it out in the end. Isn't it interesting that she feels she is in a relationship with Takayuki, and yet at the same time, she's in a relationship with Takayuki, and yet at the same time, she doesn't yet at the same time she doesn't feel as if she can talk to him about her worries. She's trying to hide her worries, disguise it with a shower noise. It's not working at all, but yeah, it's just horrible how much she's hurting. But let's be honest, all of this, just getting a really realistic perspective on what your quote-unquote love is, just crazy delusions. Crazy delusional mindset that's completely unrealistic and is impossible. She just wants the days where she had a relationship with Takayuki, and I will agree it's not fair on her that her relationship that was so good with Takayuki was completely stolen because of the fact that Haruka existed. It's not fair on her. Look, genuinely, I believe that. And I do actually feel really cross. It's just fucking horrible to see how dependent she has got on these feelings. But do you know she needs therapy? Like, seriously. There's nothing else. What the fuck? I suppose. Oh, yeah. Yeah, something like this is just going to destroy her life. She's going to break before she can even realise, and let's be honest, balancing a job and caring for Takayuki like this and faking everything, it's not a way to live your life. Exactly, it's just such a basic desire, but it's impossible and it's so sad, and she will do anything to try and get it. Yeah, totally. They need to have a proper, lengthy conversation. Oh. What's he doing? Oh wow, oh that's such a beautiful photo. Out of everywhere they're going to the place that they used to go in school. Who would be? No way. Because their friend is having feelings like this. He's probably just going to ask him for advice. Yeah, fair enough. No. Exactly. He only did what was best for Hayase, unfortunately. Yeah, exactly. I feel sorry for Mitsuki. She really is just... It just feels horrible with happy situations, because you have happy situations and then when they go you don't realise how valuable they truly were. And I mean, maybe she took advantage of... Sorry, maybe she took them for granted to begin with, or maybe in general she just didn't really realise their value to begin with and now she regrets it. Yeah, fair enough. Interesting. I can definitely see why Takayuki would be the person who would not be correct for this. I mean, he doesn't have feelings for Mitsuki. Mitsuki's forcing all of her everything onto Takayuki. But at the same time, maybe this is just another means of running away. Maybe Takayuki could deliver a very powerful message if he really could. Yeah.
Takayuki.
Oh yeah, totally.
So ka. Sumanai. Dakara ka. お前は早瀬と別れるから後悔にならないように俺に頼むってことか。他の誰でもなく。やめろよ。
Yeah.
当然だ。
He really is being selfish, I see that. But to be honest, I mean, it's kind of like the sleeping scenario. Shinji could go with Haruka. Obviously, if Haruka wanted, and it would definitely be one of the best choices for her. I suppose it's good that if they had a breakup, she wouldn't be dating somebody horrible. Because let's be honest, somebody like this, they need love in their life, and they just don't know how to live without it, and they are so insecure that it's something that needs to be fulfilled. And let's be honest, the relationship with Hayase and Takayuki, it could never happen, so she just needs it to happen another way. Hmm.
鈴宮を選ぶのはけじめだけなのか。
Oh God, no way.
わかった。言わなくていい。お前の気持ちは分かったよ。それを俺に止める権利はない。けどな、お前そんなことになったら一生後悔するぞ。
Very reasonable.
綾瀬と俺が付き合うことさ。
I mean, in an ideal world, he would probably he wouldn't regret it, and he'd find it nice that she's dating the person who could have the best for her. And let's be honest, in this situation, her dating Shinji is way better than Takayuki dating Mitsuki.
この間のことがいい例えになるだろう。
Oh yeah, totally. He was getting really jealous. I get that you did still have feelings for Hayase, but at the same time, the main feelings that Takayuki had were aimed to Haruka. So it's really tricky.
考えてみるべきだ。
Yeah, I agree.
けど
Such a beautiful background. Seriously, I love it.
あんなことした俺。
So well done.
それでもこうして話をしてくれる。
Oh, totally. And I think it must be very nice for Shinji that Takayuki completely understands where he's coming from.
お前はそんなやつだから、みんながお前のために本気になってくれるんだろうな。
I'll see that he understands people. And if anything, let's be honest, the reason why Hayase was able to develop feelings for Takayuki was he was kind. Yeah, but unfortunately, what he has done now, he's aimed this kindness too much at Haruka and too little at Mitsuki. So Haruka's just totally taken over. And same for feelings too. If that's what he thinks, this is just Shinji's opinion. It's not fact. How do you know? Isn't that a bit idealistic? Maybe she'd be too distraught that she wouldn't even want to start dating. What if she is so attached to this love that when it ends, she's going to potentially, I don't know, really fall down into a bad spiral of mental states and maybe even kill herself? Who knows? Why are you assuming that she's going to be able to date somebody? And this is the worst thing, because you don't want to be with her, but at the same time, you don't want her to live a horrible life afterwards. I mean, of course, but you don't decide that. You don't get to decide who she dates. But at the same time, I suppose you can kind of influence how things work. Get the best for her. No, sorry, let me rephrase that. Get what you think is the best for her. Not what is actually the best for her. He wouldn't, to be fair, yeah. That is true. It's all done with consideration for Mitsuki. Yeah, Jesus Christ. What a horrible birthday. You've only just realised it. Yeah, totally. She didn't have feelings for him whatsoever. Fucking ugly guy as well. Yeah, this CG. No, I totally agree. It wouldn't be fair for her. So what does it mean if you... Oh wait, there's... Yeah, so I suppose I searched it on the internet. I suppose it's kind of obvious when you think about it, but yeah, it symbolises commitment to love-related things. Stuff. The fuck happened to my graphics card there? I think it's so sad what's actually happening with Hayase at the moment. I mean, you really hope... It's just sad. And I think Takayuki really is doing the right thing. And like Shinji said, this is why he has so many people who want to love him. He takes responsibility and he does the right thing. He has fully taken responsibility here, and I think he's really grown from this story. But the only thing is, this is the worst thing. Has he grown, or is he feeling more stable and better at organising situations just because of the fact that Haruka's better? Because I thought he'd grown before, but then Haruka happened. And he had a new challenge when Haruka was in... No, it just feels like he's grown, but that's partly because of the fact that Haruka's better and his mental state is more stable now. So... I don't know if you can actually fully say that he's grown as a person. Yeah.
やめろよ。
Don't blame him. I said nothing. Is their friendship actually going to be able to last if Shinji fell in love with Haruka? Sorry, I meant Hayase. No, exactly. What's he gonna do? Yeah, of course. Yeah. It's fucking awful when you are. I've had a few. I mean, let's be honest, everybody probably has had a few shitty birthdays or just shitty times in their birthdays. Yeah, I know, and that's the saddest thing. She just can't let this go. She just has to persist at the love. Oh yeah, I totally agree. And this is the thing that's really shitty about being an adult, because you have this, but what do you have as well? Living costs, obligations, shit like that. You've got so much you need to prove in your life and do. It just feels like sometimes there's no room for stuff like this. Oh, I fully agree. No. Entirely. Yeah. And this is not what Takayuki, I remember what he was doing. He was feeling really quite guilty because of how upset Mitsuki was and how much of a wreck she was. You don't. And what he did, obviously, he fucked her to get her to calm down when she was drunk. It's not what you can do. Don't do it like that. Comfort her with words, not actions. Well, actions, but words, not physical actions. Do. Oh my god, he just feels so guilty. He's being a human being. Haruka would approve of something like this, I'm sure. Oh god, it's so not right for her that she's just done this much. She's probably really got over her sadness as well. God, I wonder what's going to go on. Probably looks very, very nice as well. That's nice, he did get her something. Oh god. It's just sick. Yeah, totally. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, yeah. For a person who has been this kind to you, is it really right to break up with them? But at the same time, it would be for her, it would be for the greater good of her, let's be honest here. Still, I can't help but ask that question. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree. Yep. But he has to. For her sake. Oh, yeah, totally. Yeah, and that's the most deadly thing about this. This is why this is so hard for him. Yeah. I mean, sure, you would be. But at the same time, surely you're with Haruka, so... I don't know. Maybe you can solve it with her, but... At the same time, it's a really quite tricky situation, because it's just genuinely so hard to tell how he would feel. Yeah. That is really, really fair. She would be suffering because of the fact that she isn't with Takayuki. Gosh, this feels like the definition of an impossible situation, and it's just so unclear as to, in a situation like this, what the hell you can genuinely do. But what can you do? Is this really the best thing you can do? Yeah. No, I agree. That is fair. But he tried to run away from it just because of how worried he was for Haruka. I would ask the question of, can you really blame him? But yes, that is the answer, fully. Should have spent more time with Mitsuki. And you should have prioritised her more. Exactly, yeah. But how are you possibly going to do that? Yeah, a bit ideal. Yeah, that is fair. Oh my god, I know. Yeah, that really must hurt. reasonable. That is actually reasonable, yeah.
そばにいてお願い。
Yeah, fair enough. God, how tricky. Oh.
すいません。
Oh god. So we are seeing a lot of work-related... God, I would not make a customer who sounds like this. Wait. We're going to see some work-related stuff now. To be honest, I feel like things like these, it just really feels like it would be different reading it rather than actually seeing it in person. I mean, could you imagine just going into your house and then seeing a person that, let's be honest, is a total wreck and who is facing the worst mental crisis in her entire life because of you, all crying and, oh yeah, on her birthday, just in bed, just with no hope and... I don't know what I'd be able to do with myself. It must be the guilt Takayuki must feel. It must be very hard, but I'm sorry. He does deserve it in a way. He was too kind to Haruka and too mean to Mitsuki as a result of that kindness. It feels wrong to say this, but all of this was born from Takayuki's kindness to Haruka, not to Mitsuki. Yeah, that's interesting. That is interesting. Hayase has done so much for Takayuki. He's only realised a bit of it. Yeah, and it's just so sad that it was such a false hope. But it would destroy Haruka, so it didn't happen in the end. Yeah. It just feels like all of the memories that you have had with Mitsuki, all of the ones that you can only access and nobody else could have. It wouldn't be like that when Shinji came. It wouldn't feel like that relationship you have had is something special to you. Yeah, when would that happen? Would she ever recover from this? That's my question. That does make sense. Yeah, I suppose so. But at the same time, how many what is the extent of which Takayuki is going to have feelings for Mitsuki by the time he is fully immersed in a relationship with Haruka? In theory. You don't know that you don't know if that's actually going to happen or not. Yeah. Yeah. There is no escape. I totally see that. Bit idealistic. Yeah. It's just so conflicting. Maybe this is how he instinctively feels. And that's the most sick thing. Yeah. Akane had not helped whatsoever, but still. That is interesting. He's only helping Mitsuki for the sake of, I suppose, alleviating his guilt and softening it. Yeah, that is fair. Yeah. It's just so sad how desperate she is. Oh god, group tables, fuck them. Yeah, he seems like he's, I don't know, actually doing his job, maybe?
なんか悪い病気でも拾ったんじゃないでしょうね。何か危機迫るものがありますしね。移されると大変だから、まゆまゆは近づかないようにね。はい、わかりました。
Ah, maybe he's kind of being like Mitsuki in a way. You're just totally putting on a front so that you can protect the life you have now, and you can make it so that you can still be kept in your job. I just think it's so funny. Takayuki actually doing his job is a cause of concern, or at least doing his job well. What? Ah. Oh, Jesus, I know, and they've not had any chance to talk about it. God, I so hope Takayuki can save Mitsuki. If I'm going to be honest, I really don't think they should just suddenly break up. They need to have a long, long conversation. He really needs to do as much as he can to help her. Yeah, fully fair. Oh, I know, it just feels as if she's so expendable. You just make her suffer so that somebody else can be happy. I know, that's the worst thing. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I suppose just show Takayuki. Takayuki showing Mitsuki just how much he cares about the places they have visited in a relationship that will all become memories. They won't have any relevance to the future because of the fact that they won't be in the relationship. It's fair that he has to do his best at everything. He's really, really got to powerfully deliver his feelings to Mitsuki. And I like that. It's not his job to make her feel better now. He can't. No matter what happens, it's just going to be suffering. Well, I'm sorry, but I do wonder what would happen if he broke up with Haruka and he just made it so that he prioritised Mitsuki because of how unwell she was and out of pity. I do wonder if she'd ever be able to change, or if she'd just become more and more obsessive, to the point where she wasn't even somebody Takayuki would want to spend time with, just because of how obsessive she is. I wonder what Akane's gonna say. I hope we see it.
Gareshi.
Oh. She does call us boyfriend here.
ごめんね。鈴宮さんさ、まだリハビリ中なのよ。先生の都合がつかなくってさ。
Oh god. That's really annoying. So you can never tell when Haruka's going to be suitable to visit. Yeah, that's inconvenient.
一応ね、あと30分すれば終わると思うから、どっかで時間でも潰してきたら？彼女さ、すごいんだよね。あの頑張り。なんていうのかな。一生懸命より一生懸命っていうか。
And she's doing that all for Takayuki. In a sixth sense, Takayuki is kind of working hard for the relationship for these two, with these two to happen by doing everything he needs to do with Mitsuki, i.e. breaking up.
早く退院するんだって見ててかわいそうになるぐらい必死でさ。彼氏のためでしょ。愛されてるよね、あんた。誰かのために頑張るってなんかさ、いいよね。
Fair enough.
何よ、その顔。
Oh my god, why is she so cold? Oh, it's just... Oh, I like that. Yeah. It's just not because... It's because of the fact that Takayuki's not fully happy about it. Also, why does she have such odd hair? Do not like her hair. It looks so unnatural. Let's go down here. I didn't realise how awful her hair was. I mean, we usually see her hair from around here. Oh.
わかってるわよ。どうせ私の口からそんな言葉とか思ってんのよね。ま、確かにキャラクター違うけどさ。
Bit awkward. I guess a mix of both, to be honest. I do wonder what she's going to do in her life now that she's gotten back into the swing of things. I hope so too. Yeah. Oh Jesus, yeah, I wonder. Yeah, yeah, that is interesting. It's just interesting to see his ambition of the future for Haruka compared to how he feels of Hayase. Oh, it would be very awkward. It really would be. Yeah. That is fair. You can't fully say that until you have broken up with Mitsuki and you have recovered from everything that has gone on. It's the most important thing, yeah. Yeah, that is actually reasonable because of the fact that a lot of the time that Takayuki is going to spend when he's out of the hospital could be with Mitsuki. You can't necessarily deny that possibility. That is fair. That's actually kind of fair because obviously if you break up with Mitsuki and then you take Haruka to the same places, obviously it would just feel really quite wrong because you've taken a girl before that to those exact places. Yeah, your memories would just be overwritten, yeah. And I just think that's genuinely so cruel, especially considering after everything that Mitsuki has done for Takayuki. It's just as if her memories are ones that are not right, ones that shouldn't exist, and ones that don't deserve to be there. And I just think it's so cruel. I just think this is all so unfair on Mitsuki. I really do. And if I'm going to be honest, I think her reaction, it's very, very understandable why she would feel like that, and that's the saddest thing. It's not unreasonable whatsoever, if you ask me. Oh shit. If I'm going to be honest, I understand that, but at the same time, you don't necessarily have to have somebody to support you. And sometimes learning how to do shit yourself is the best way to progress in life. But with tricky situations like this, you can't mess them up. You want somebody to help you. I can totally understand that. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I remember the time where Hayase had totally broken up with Takayuki. God, he was just feeling so empty. When he couldn't really comprehend everything and he didn't know the full truth of what had happened. Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, it is interesting to think that the relationship with Haruka could have potentially stemmed from Takayuki's loneliness and not having Haruka. Obviously he did have Shinji as a friend, but the thing is he just felt so exposed to love that he didn't really know how to... No, if I'm going to be honest, I think he was being kind of greedy because he did have friends and he did have people he could talk to. Shinji has stayed with him and he's been a really, really good friend. He could have solved all of this with him. And same for Hayase. Totally. Oh yeah. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Yeah. It's so not fair on her, I totally agree. We need to end this, because it's just going to hurt her more and more. But the only thing that's really awful is, if you continue it, it's going to hurt Mitsuki, but at the same time, if you end the relationship, it's going to hurt her even more, probably even more than it has so far. So it's just such an impossible situation. And I feel like that's a reoccurring theme in this visual novel, situations that are absolutely impossible. Yeah. It feels like, if anything, he has the most time to think about everything when he is not with any of the two. Yeah. But you are a human being, and that's why you care. If I'm going to be honest, I mean, I think Haruka's quite oblivious to what's happening, but I think she can probably tell just how much stress Takayuki is under, and how much he is trying to really believe and convince himself that he is in love with Haruka. God, sometimes I wish he would just stop and save Mitsuki. But at the same time, I mean, he can't. It's impossible. He has feelings for Haruka, so obviously that's all that can go on. Yeah, that is fair. It's also combined with the fact that when Haruka woke up, Takayuki's feelings for Haruka were just developing. They weren't strong enough to genuinely want to be with her and cast Mitsuki aside. Yeah. Oh my god, yeah. If anything, they're just ways of running away. They are true. I like that he emphasizes that, yeah. I can kind of see that. I mean, just look at how much his lack of ability to make a decision and obviously to benefit himself rather than other people. Look at what it's caused Mitsuki. Yeah, no, I don't blame you. It's been so difficult these past few days. And if I'm going to be honest, he's going to be so happy when... well, when things can somehow get back to normal. That is, if they ever are going to be able to return to normal again. Yeah, and I see that. If anything, Haruka has no choice to believe this because, like Mitsuki, if anything, she is desperate for the love with Takayuki and honestly can't imagine life without it. So, of course. Yeah, yeah, I see that. Yeah. Yeah, and it's just that lack of certainty, it's awful. And if anything, it just makes Takayuki feel as if he has so much more responsibility for what he says. But let's be honest, that's only reasonable. If you tell somebody you love them, you deliver that promise. You don't just, I don't know, fuck around. Oh, Jesus, yeah. I mean, it doesn't even matter about everything that's going on and all of the breakup territory that Takayuki is entering. He just wants Mitsuki to have a very reasonable thing, which is fun on her birthday and the most important day, one of the most important days for her, but no, she can't. I wonder what she would have said. If I'm going to be honest, I feel like Haruka, when she realises just how much Mitsuki has been hurt by all of this, I think she would just say, break up with me. I do not want to love you if it means Mitsuki is going to be in that much pain. But at the same time, could Takayuki ever truly accept that? So tricky, man, it really is. Yeah, totally. Cool. No, I see that. I mean, this is the worst thing. It's actually true that it's all his fault. All of this is his fault. And that's just the saddest thing. He has caused all of this. And he's just finding it so hard to think about how the hell he can put this right. Can he put this right is actually a better question to ask. It's so hopeless. Yeah. Oh my god, especially Mitsuki as well. God, he's just really taking out everything on the gate, on the fence even. God. Yeah, this is how you can tell somebody's having a fucking rough time. Jesus. Yeah. Imagine if it was Mitsuki. Ooh. Yeah. What's that sound? Oh my god.
Takayuki-kun, 見つけた。
Oh god.
之くん泣いてたの？
God, what a coincidence out of everybody that could have come up here. Haruka coming up.
目が腫れてるよ。
Yeah. That's totally reasonable. He's... The only reason he is so sad and he's finding this so difficult to bear with is that he is a human being. His guilt. Yeah, he just, if I'm going to be honest, he really feels like he's just so hopeless that he can't find a solution. He needs to find a solution quickly, but at the same time, it's just so difficult for him to do so because of, firstly, how much guilt he has, but secondly, just all of his troubles. Yeah. Yeah, I think people could probably hear within, and maybe somebody was disturbed. Maybe it was a pissed off nurse or somebody. Or maybe it could have been the wind slamming the door. I don't know which direction the wind is blowing. But considering that the wind was blowing and then it made it so that the door kind of blew into Haruka's direction when she was trying to enter. I think it was the wind. He just didn't really contemplate that. Alright, he thought he'd shut the door. So somebody opened it. But then they probably opened it to see what the fuck the noise was about. If I'm going to be honest, Takayuki needs time away from everybody just to reflect. But what is it really going to do in the long run? I really hope it does something. Yeah. Hmm.
今日のリハビリは大変だった。
Oh, these are ambient sounds of the elevator, I think.
だって私が頑張らなきゃみんなに迷惑がかかるもの。
At least they've got similar situations.
私がね、事故に遭っちゃったから。聞いて。私が事故に遭っちゃったせいで いろんな人の人生が狂っちゃったの。これは事実なの。これはね、誰のせいとかそういうのじゃなくて事実なの。3年経って目が覚めてね、私考えてみたんだ。今から私ができることってなんだろうって。それはね、なんだと思う？私がここから一日でも早く外に出ること、そう思うの。私が一日でも二日でも早くここを退院して元気だよっていつもの生活に戻れれば。それができればほんの少しでも昔のようになれるかなって。
Yeah, God. And isn't it ironic to think about the fact that it's totally like that for Takayuki as well? If you can get out of your problems and you can get to a normal life. But the only thing is, I'm going to be honest, I think after breaking up with Hayase, you can never live a normal life again without guilt.
そうすれば美月ともまた笑いながら話ができるようになって、高之くんも悩まないで泣かないで済むかなって。もちろんね、平くんだっていつまでも大切なお友達なんだから。でもね、本当はね、高之くんの言葉、私を選んでくれたって、あの言葉がなかったらそんな風にはなれなかったかもしれない。
Because I really do wonder what's going to happen in, well, any route that's not Haruka's route.
私ずるいんだよ。とってもずるいの。自分を安全なところに置いておかないと不安で何も考えられなくなって。そんなのもちろんよ。だって
It's
高
fair.
之くんはいつだって真剣だから。嘘をつけばその時その人は幸せになれるかもしれないけど、すぐに不幸が訪れる。それを知ってる人だもの。
Yeah, reasonable.
ねえ、それより下ろして。高之くん。
Yeah. And I think that's very, very good. Could you imagine if things could return to normal by the end of this story? Oh my god. the thing is, Mitsuki's going to have to undergo a very, very big change. But if she does that, everything can go back to normal. And I don't even disagree with that. Yeah. Yeah, that is fair. But I don't blame him. He's crushed by just how difficult this task he needs to do, i.e. breaking up with Mitsuki, is. But he needs to do it not only for her sake, but for his sake too. You could try to move forward with a certain view in mind, but whether that view is actually going to be met or not is another question.
Takayuki-kun. あれから3年経ったんだね。
Yeah.
私にはついこの間のことなんだけどな。Takayukiくんが生きてきたこの3年間は、Takayukiくんに何を教えてくれましたか？
Interesting. Yeah, and I like that he's kind of inspired. Oh my god, yeah. The urges for his love that are inspired, well, the urges he is getting that have been inspired by his love with Haruka. Oh my god, they are just going out of control. Yeah, he just loves her, and he just thinks she's so admirable that he just instinctively wants to do something like that. God. Yeah. Yeah, she's going forward, whereas Takayuki, he's just static. He's not going anywhere. Yeah, because let's be honest, all of the people's lives that Haruka has ruined, I mean, it's not her fault, of course, but her accident has ruined their lives. So obviously, if she can get back to a normal life, then all of these people she can make relieved, give the feeling of relief to. Make them become relieved. That's what I was trying to say, but my English forgot how to be good for a second. Yeah, and it is interesting. Haruka needs to feel like she's safe from the security that is given to her by Takayuki's love, that she can't think about anything else. That's interesting.
高之くん、とても温かくて優しくて広くなってたよ。高之くん、あの時私に言ったの。ずっと一緒だからゆっくり行こうって。いっぱいいっぱいゆっくりしすぎて。
Yeah, no, I see what she means. But I think because of the fact that Takayuki's still there for her now, their bond is going to be closer than ever, let's be honest here.
でもほら、鈴宮遥はここにいるよ。
Oh yeah, totally. It would be torture to make somebody, well, to force somebody to do something like this. Oh yeah, I like that, yeah. God, seeing the old Haruka. So weird. Just thinking about all of the memories. Yeah.
すごく包まれてる感じがするの。
Imagine if they have sex in the hospital. I mean, I'm sorry, but this just looks like the introduction for an H scene, or is this just me? Takayuki's putting his hands in, well, his hand in probably the most wild position you could possibly put it in, but okay. Oh yeah, I totally agree. And that's why, even though this relationship is so genuine, it's just sick how much Mitsuki is going to have to suffer as a result of it. Yeah, I agree. It's such a sacrifice. Selfish sacrifice. Yeah. Ultimately, that's what Mitsuki has tried to do so much for you. Be kind. And I just find it interesting that he's just totally in this impossible dilemma about how he should continue with everything that is going on with Mitsuki, but then he just realises just how much he would gain if he did break up with Mitsuki in the end. And he just realises what these feelings truly mean. Yeah, I agree.
Takayuki-kun.
Yeah. Point of no return whatsoever. Why does it say Mizuki rather than Mitsuki?
あんまり見られるとすごく痩せちゃって全然その胸もないし
Yeah, that is fair. And if anything, just feeling so much love that you can't really take it, that's the absolute worst trigger for something as bad as this. I mean, you have feelings, you don't even know what to do with them because of how strong they are. And then you just have something that takes them all away. It must have been so hard for him. Oh yeah, I don't blame her whatsoever.
Takayuki くん、触ってみて。私こんな体だよ。色気も何も全然。
Doesn't matter at all. I mean, this is just that basic thought of inside matters less than the outside. Well, sorry, inside matters more than the outside. Oh my god, I'm so tired. Yeah, this is a really quite interesting scene. You just totally see Takayuki doing anything he can to just reflect on what he has and what is back. What has returned after 3 years. Yeah, totally. love that. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't.
ありがとう。
Oh, yeah. And that is what he has done. He has done everything he could have possibly asked for. He really could have. He really has done everything. Yeah. Yeah, fully fair. Yeah, that's fair. That's reasonable. I like how he's been able to see positivity in his situation, and honestly a really quite surprising perspective, but it is totally true. I mean, what's better? Having all of this conflict, having all of these horrible decisions you have to make, or 3 years ago, where you have no goal, you have no imagination of what could happen, you just have blind false hope that you don't even know about whether it's going to become true or not. He's got a really good point here. Oh, Haruka's going to totally change him. Yeah. Good for you. This is your choice. 100%. God, that was such a good scene. I really like that. What now? Oh wow. So we've got another CG of Haruka. They're giving us a ton of CGs, it's really quite nice. Oh my god, yeah, fully fair.
Takayuki 君のためにも頑張らないと。
No, I totally agree. There is no need to rush because that could actually result in, I don't know, her just wanting to do it so quickly that she forgets to, I don't know, just do the procedure correctly. Yeah, don't want to, she shouldn't do harm to herself. Oh, totally, I've got an entire lifetime together, let's be honest here. Yeah. Oh my god. Yep. You are spending a long time making it so that your forever is going to become filled with Haruka, not Mitsuki. It's too cruel to say, but there is no room for Mitsuki. There really isn't. And tomorrow, we're gonna see the breakup. I would assume. Oh my god, this is gonna get really, really difficult. The thing is, I like Takayuki's realising that you must live every day that you have without regrets, because you can never know when it just totally falls apart. So you live life to your true, to your most happy ways. You live it in the most happy way, and you make the most out of every second, just so that that can happen. And I like how he's kind of used that, and just he's got such a clear aspect. I think if anything, beforehand he was working for Haruka's love and to be together with her, but I think he just didn't realise what that truly meant. And it's thanks to Haruka that he's going to be able to progress forward. And yeah, I'm really excited to see what's going to happen. It's going to be very ugly tomorrow, but maybe if Takayuki takes away just anything he's learned from Haruka, he's going to do it brilliantly, I think. It's just kind of given me that impression of somebody who's just felt totally enlightened. Yeah, I'm excited to see what's going to happen. And I wonder what's going to happen after Haruka gets better, because let's be honest, she's doing physical therapy at the moment. Maybe she'll be out of here soon. It's going to be really quite exciting to see, but my god, it must be so hard for her. Just not being able to do anything, her body being a total wreck. It's so physically weak, but of course it is. I mean, she hasn't been able to use it for 3 years, and yeah. I do wonder what will happen. It's going to be really quite exciting to see, and yeah, I'm very excited, to be honest. I think this story has the potential to end really quite well.